yesterday, and we have a high temperature today forecasted at 78 degrees. The only local NOTAM is the same one that was yesterday. The Double Eagle AWAS 119.025 is out of service, but you can still dial into it. Everything else, Randy will cover.
Good morning. Hey, looks like a beautiful day for competition today. Should be really fun for you all and fun for the spectators. The weather for the Fiesta here, this morning we have our drainage flow. It's very similar to what we've had for the last few days. Not a whole lot of change, except for the drainage flow is a little deeper this morning on our pie ball. I'm going to give you those in a second. But we expect that to continue and then through the morning. And as sun comes up and we get the mixing, then we'll switch around to the south. But it's probably later in the morning. But there will be a time when the low-level wind and the surface wind switches from the north to be coming from the south. Our pie ball at 5:30 this morning, the winds at 200 feet were 020 at 4 knots. The winds at 400 feet were 020 at 9 knots. The winds at 600 feet were 020 at 12 knots. The winds at 800 feet were 020 at 13 knots. The winds at 1,000 feet were 020 at 12 knots. The winds at 1,500 feet were 030 at 8 knots. And the winds at 2,000 feet were 030 at 3 knots. Let me give you, that was on the sheet, let me give you a couple of the details of, for those that may want to be a little higher, because the top of that inversion was higher than like 2,500 feet. So what I just read to you, you didn't actually see the turnaround yet. So at 2,500 feet, the winds were 330 at 2 knots, and then at 3,000 feet they were 300 at 3 knots, and then at 3,500 feet they were 225 at 1 knot, and at 4,000 feet they were 160 at 6 knots. So you had to be pretty high to actually get the turnaround, and the Dawn Patrol are kind of showing us that this morning. So that's the weather for the local area here. Later in this afternoon, we do expect increased clouds and potential rain showers, so just be advised if you're out and about. Thank you very much. Have a great competition. Be safe.
Thank you, Randy. So based on that, for the folks that are non-competitors flying from the field, the airport is open for landing. Runway 1735, 17/35 at north-south runway is closed to airplane traffic. It is a good place to land. Make sure you got your aircraft radio with you. And for the competitive pilots, please check your PZ map for launch sites. Make sure you're not launching from a no launching area, and also make sure you have all your paperwork filled out to land on the Sandia reservation in case you have to, and follow their protocols. Listen to your aircraft radio and KKOB for the cue to launch. And then we have one more announcement. We up here and down on the field, all of us are volunteers, from the balloon meister to safety to launch directors to scoring. Please recognize that we are giving up our time to help you make your experience here the best that it can be. Any abuse of our volunteers, whether it's verbal or physical, will not be tolerated. That's right. So, on that note, do we have a launch director for the pie ball? Okay, the watering for flies, they are going to water. They've moved the fly swapper to the southern end of the north field, and it does end. Don't laugh at me, I'm just the messenger. They will start watering at 12:30, so the fly swapper goes from 10 10:30 to 1, so don't, yeah, watering starts at 12:30, so you might have to pack up a little early. Okay? Gravel pit is a PZ. It is a no launching site, just to make sure the competitors understand that. So have a great flight today, and remember, we will fly safely or not at all.
Steve! Steve! I got an answer. Which Steve? Yeah, which Steve? We're both talking to you. Let's go. Hey, Steve, how are you? Hey, Sam, which Steve? Me.
Just thinking like, and that includes the ring drop and all that.
Yeah.
Or that weird looking shape that I think it can be close to that.